Describe your worst date ever.
Oh my goodness. I think my worst date ever was probably when I was a little younger, like 18 or 19. And this guy took me to the movie theaters and it was just awful. It was horrible because he just thought that because he took me to the movies that he could, touchy-feely and have more. And
Yeah, expectations.
yes, exactly.
Did he pay for the date?
He did,
Ah!
but he didn't drive.
Okay.
His uncle drove us,
Ah.
so it was really awkward.
out.
Yes, it was just awkward altogether.
He comes in and he looks like he ain't played basketball. Like just finished a couple rounds of playing basketball. Like he got on basketball shorts and a jersey and some Jordans. And I'm like, bruh, like I'm not one of the homebros. Like I'm here to potentially date you. Strike two. So then we go to sit down and he walks in front of me to where the hostess is seating us. He walks in front of me. He doesn't kind of show me the way or anything. We sit down and the waiter comes over and he's like, "Can we take your order?" So I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So he orders before me. He orders not just his drink but his food before me. I thought that was very disrespectful to the point that the waiter was even looking at me like, really? And it just continued to go downhill from there. He only talked about himself. He went on to tell me that he had a 1 week old or 1 month old baby. I was like, this is so not gonna work. Anytime you have a 1 month old, you're practically still boyfriend and girlfriend and on the hookup with that baby mama of yours. So why are you at dinner with me? He continued to talk about himself the entire time. He never asked me anything about me. And then he left during the date to go to the car. And I was like, what are you going to the car for? So I don't know if he was out there like selling drugs or what he did, because he said he went out to get his wallet, yet his wallet was sitting at the table. He did not walk me to my car. I ended up walking him to his car. Literally, you can hear my car like screeching out of the parking lot. I was done.
Oh no, not with me, cause I'm a little different. Yeah, you ain't getting none over here. So, and I think they know that when they approach me. The first thing, there's swag. I'm a swag girl, and I don't even understand. I don't even know what swag is, but I just know when someone has it. The finest dude can lack swag, but it's something about some kind of confidence and just someone being themselves, that is very attractive to me.
It's a lot of things, but initially, of course, I'm attracted to a nice smile. You know what I mean? If you got a nice smile, I feel like I can get close to you. Physical attraction is a must. Outside of that, conversation is a big thing. You know what I mean? If you can't stimulate me, my mind is just boring. I'm a leg man. I like legs. I think everybody's infatuated with ass these days. You know what I mean? Even women.
I feel like a couple months 2 months is a good time to meet your parents, because you wouldn't want to wait 6 months down the road and you've already put in 6 months of this relationship and they meet your family and then they don't like that individual. Then you just wasted 6 months. That's the way I look at it anyways. I would rather than meeting them early on, getting their opinion, and see how they feel early on.
There's definitely levels to this.
Okay.
Definitely levels to that. You know what I mean? At least from a man's standpoint, you're not bringing every girl home to mama. That's not happening. You know what I mean? So, I'm assuming it's the same for women. I know with my sisters and my pops and them ain't going. You gotta have some credentials.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
As I get older, I think it's just waiting to make sure, because everybody wants me to be married, so I don't want to get everybody excited. Oh, she may have found a husband, so I don't want everybody to just go and like, finally, who is this? And I have family that Googles, and especially if you're from Knoxville, it's going to be hard, because we got to know your grandmama, your mama, your aunt, your uncle, your cousins, and all that stuff. So as I'm older now, so I'm just like, just chill and just get to know that person and before I expose them to the rest.
My family is very nosy and very judgmental. So that's the one thing. And then the second thing is I have a child. So I want them, I know that they have my best interest and they are looking out for both her and I. So I would want them to know early on so that they can look for things that I may not. But at the same time, because my family is so freaking judgmental, I would want to hold out and kind of keep him to myself until I know if he's even worth sharing with the family. So, you know, you can kind of tell early on if that person is worth your time and worth them even meeting the family or not.
I'm all about honesty and transparency, right? So if somebody asks me, just be honest. Like, yeah, you're seeing somebody, or yeah, I'm hanging out with somebody. I mean, you don't have to say that this is my next spouse, this is my spouse or whatever, if that's not the case. But
I talk to my mama all day long. So it's not like I could talk to my mom. If I was single and I was dating, it's not like I would talk to my mama and not tell her how I spent my day or where I went or who I talked to that day. I would tell her so she would know the whole time, like, what's going on. I don't go anywhere or do anything with anybody without somebody knowing about it. So somebody's gonna know what's going on with me. Yeah. So I don't revealing who I'm talking to, and that goes for my mom. It goes for like my aunties, my uncles, whoever I'm talking to. Somebody needs to know my business. They need to know where I am and where I'm going for my own safety. So I don't really keep keep those kind of things to myself. Somebody needs to know my business. Somebody need to know what's going on.
Yeah, I like that.
No secret.
Right.
We never met him. No, somebody need to know his face. If I'm talking with somebody, I already told my mama, well, his parents are from so-and-so, and he went to so-and-so. And, yeah, because first of all, I need to make sure we're not related, so I have to tell somebody. So I can make sure we're not cousins.
In the South.
Yeah, if you're from the South, if you're dating somebody from South Carolina, if I'm dating somebody from South Carolina, the first thing I need to make sure is we're not related. So somebody's got to know.
People that's closest to me, they'll just know right off bat that I'm interested in someone. As far as relationship, like people just like my mother or somebody, they'll know when it's solidified. My son, they will not be introduced until probably 4 to 5 months after we're in a relationship. Especially with women with children, you never introduce, men to your children right off bat. You don't know if it's going to be a serious relationship or not. You never do that. There's no such thing as Uncle James and Uncle Bob's and stuff. It causes confusion in the child, especially if the father figure is not there. So I'm always thinking about my son. So no one's introduced to my son. No one. So, and they're not allowed to my house. So, until I know that we're looking towards marriage.
I believe you should wait. The one thing you don't want to do is bring a lot of people around and introduce them to your family and then they be gone. So I would always suggest that you wait till later on where there seems to be solid footing and a foundation to where, maybe there's something possible here. But I wouldn't do it early on. I would wait.
Get people to meet my family in order to see what my family thinks of them, so I can get a better feeling for them. So everybody I ever met, I want to meet that I want to trust at all. I want to meet my family as soon as possible.
Me too.
Yeah.
My family is very important, and sometimes when you date someone, they think they have a say in what you're doing. You know what I mean? And we had a thing where they said, "Oh, Lena, you can come to Christmas breakfast, but you can't bring him." I'm like, wait, what? Wait, that you can't tell me that. You can't. It almost makes you choose between your relationship and your family. Oopsie doodle. And I didn't mean to do that, but that's what you deal with. So, but I say immediately take them to the family. When you start dating. Yeah.
for me personally, if you're covering it up for a reason. Now, granted, you don't have to put your business in the street and put it all on social media that, oh, this is my next, some folks have one good date, next thing you know, I was married now. It's just like that. I don't think that needs to happen, but I think you should be honest. You know what I'm saying? If it's just a date, y'all just went on a date. If you're just hanging out, you're just hanging out. If you're exclusive, you're exclusive. If y'all are engaged and about to be married, then cool. You know what I'm saying? Be straightforward. I have nothing to hide. And I guess the other part of it is you can kind of help to get some insight and perspective for those that may have more insight and perspective on your potential spouse that could help you along the way. Because, you know, everybody isn't always honest, you know, and so if you have some people that you value and trust that can let you know that, I need to tell you something about old boy, or I need to tell you something about old girl, it might be good for you to listen, especially before you get too deep in the scenario and you had the rosy colored goggles on and, you know, you about to ride off into the sunset. Yeah.